Hey y'all, what's up? We're on to house hack number 2 of Dean Valentini's, and I don't know what number it is for me, but nonetheless, he is rocking it. He's going to be showing me 3 properties, one of them being his clients, but this is his number 2. If you missed it, check out the other video I did for him and his house hack tour. It's amazing. I love what he did with the place, his own kitchen and all that good stuff, so you definitely got to check it out. I'll put it up right here in this card. So without further ado, let's go on to the second house hack over in the Inglewood area in Denver.
Ian, my dude, welcome. Come on in. This is actually not my house hack. This is a client of mine, active duty Air Force dude from moving out from Florida to Denver. So he just bought this about a month ago. He closed on it. So we're actually getting some work done to it now. You can see the contractor vans are outside. Getting the washer dryer hookups put in upstairs, getting the furnace service downstairs, getting it ready to get rented. So let's check it out. So this is a house hack for my client Andrew. Kind of a mess right now. What we're doing is we're putting in some washer dryer hookups upstairs because what he was looking for is a house hack kind of similar to mine, the ones I have, where he wanted to be able to turn a single family home and split it essentially into a 2-level duplex and create 2 separate units out of that. And he's gonna live downstairs in the basement, rent out the upstairs. So you got 2 bedrooms upstairs, both pretty darn good size, and 1 bathroom upstairs off to the side here. Here's the kitchen. Again, one of the things we liked about the place, nicely redone, recently remodeled the kitchen with the granite countertops and stainless appliances, the whole 9. So good stuff, gonna be able to get some premium rent for that type of quality. Now, here's the other part that really sold us on the house is this potential for a separate entrance. So we have a contractor coming in next week. He's gonna take this wall here and bring it up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna put another door right where I'm standing. And that's gonna be able to create this separate side entrance for the downstairs unit. So when Andrew comes in, he'll come in the side unit, there's a gate on the front, and then he'll just go right down there, and this will be all walled off and doored off so that the upstairs tenants will have their own private, they don't have to see him coming and going or interact with him at all if they don't want to. The only slight exception to that, and you run into this a lot with the single family kind of up-down duplex style house hacks, is if the upstairs tenants do want to go out to the backyard, this little spot right here is going to be kind of the common area. So this is basically access to the backyard for both upstairs and downstairs. No different than an apartment building that has like a little common area in the front that everybody goes through to go to their own separate units. All right, so again, this is going to be his little privacy door here. So shut this off, and then he's even separated from the common area. So even if they're going out, upstairs tenants are going out through the common area to the backyard, he doesn't see it or hear it, and it's essentially just like your own apartment, which is really nice. Another really good selling feature of this property is that it already had most of a kitchen built downstairs. So there's a couple things we're gonna have to do, get a stove put in and that sort of stuff. Probably a microwave as well, but for the most part, the hard work was done. We have the plumbing ran, we have outlets, we have the sink, cabinets, all you need in a kitchen. And then this will be the living area over here. And then again, already a finished bathroom. So when we bought this place, it was listed as a 2-2 because there are 2 bedrooms upstairs, and we'll walk into the bedrooms downstairs here. But the reason it was listed for a 2-2 and not a 4-2 is because these are not legally conforming bedrooms. So they don't have egress windows and they don't have closets. So after his 1-year stint in the property to fulfill his obligations as a primary residence loan mortgage, then he can move out, rent out the basement, and start cash flowing like a big dog. The second bedroom in here, no egress windows and no closets. So that's another thing we would have to figure out if we do want to make them truly legal conforming bedrooms, is we can put a closet in. But as you can see, there's some options, there's some space where you can do that. We're also getting the furnace service today too. So there was a couple of things that needed to be touched up with that. We have the washer dryer for downstairs and obviously the furnace and that sort of stuff. So altogether, I want to say it's about a 2,200 or so square foot house, and you have it split pretty evenly upstairs, downstairs. So they're both a little over 1,000 square feet. Yeah, so this is in a part of Englewood that's a little bit lower rents than where my properties are, but he also paid less for the home, so a little bit of a trade-off there. The upstairs portion, expecting low 2000s based on the comps that we've seen, and then the downstairs portion, probably mid 1000s, so somewhere in the 1500 a month range when he does leave and rent out the basement. Now I'm assuming rents are going to continue to go up in the next year as the trends we're seeing and all that. So that could turn into closer to 2000 a month for the downstairs, not sure. I'll talk about some of the stuff that you should look for when you're walking through properties, looking at properties, if you are looking for this style of kind of up-down house hack. So we talked about the staircase, being able to get that separate entrance easily with either a door or extending a wall up, something like that. There were a lot of things that were a lot easier than some of my other house hacks, such as already has a kitchen built. Now, if it doesn't, if you're thinking about, hey, is this gonna be, how feasible is this gonna be? Plumbing is one thing that you wanna find. So if you're gonna be putting in a kitchen downstairs, if the spot for that is right below something that already has plumbing to it, so the bathroom, the kitchen upstairs, stuff like that, it'll generally make it a lot easier on you. So try to find a place where you can very quickly and easily, like you see right here, they just ran it straight down from the kitchen above. So that was probably a very simple job. Cut a little bit of drywall and ran some PEX and they're good to go. Now for the washer dryer, same thing. So find a spot, that you can put them upstairs that is not going to be in the way, but also even more important than that is finding a spot where you can easily run plumbing, drain, and the dryer ventilation. So that was one thing we had to kind of get a little creative with here, is right where I'm standing, that's right below the washer and dryer that we saw upstairs earlier. So not ideal because we have to take water from all the way in the utility room over here, from the downstairs existing washer dryer, and run it up above through the ceiling, which luckily this was not a finished ceiling, so we had some leeway we could play with, and it made it a lot easier. But you see, obviously we did still have to make some cuts in the drywall. We had to make cuts in the drywall upstairs to be able to run that water and drain line up through the floor. About $1,000 to get that run, so not breaking the bank by any means. Just factor that into your kind of rehab or prep costs. Let's talk numbers. So Andrew bought this place for $500,000, actually $500 to be exact. Got $5,000 back in seller credits during the inspection, and used a VA loan to close on his place for relatively low down. After all said and done, obviously we're still in the middle of some of the updates, renovations, and work that needs to be done with it, but projecting about $10,000 to $15,000 in expenses, since a lot of the work was already done. So it already had the kitchen downstairs, that sort of stuff was already taken care of. Comps are looking like anywhere from $2,000 to $2,400 a month for the upstairs portion. And then after he moves out of the downstairs unit, he'll probably be able to bring in, as of right now, probably somewhere around $1,500 a month. Obviously, we continue to project that rents are gonna go up from now. So maybe even pushing $2,000 a month for the downstairs unit, but we'll see. Speaking of the VA loan, it is absolutely one of the most powerful tools that we as military and veterans have to build wealth and generational wealth. And when you combine that with house hacking, it's almost like cheating. It's just too easy. So for right now, we're doing Warfighter Wealth Wednesdays, the third Wednesday of every month at Copper Kettle Brewing in Denver from 6 to 9 p.m. So come on out, join us, even if you're not military or not affiliated. Everybody's welcome. It's just, again, educational, networking, and getting to chat with some good people. Check us out at Warfighter Wealth on Instagram or warfighterwealth.com.